Welcome back, guys, to Uncomfortable Conversations with Mukami, and I am Mukami. So, I want to start by first thanking everyone who has subscribed to my channel. If you haven't, please do subscribe right now. You can like my videos, share with your friends and family, and please don't forget to hit the notification bell to get all the latest videos. Um, as I said in my introduction video, this channel is just to help us have those conversations that will allow us to connect, grow, and learn as a society. And for me, the most important thing that I feel helps me do things in a different way or just want to change my views about what I do daily is the fact that when you have cognitive flexibility, you allow yourself to unlearn, relearn, and reshape your thinking every day when you're given new information. So I am here to just sort of open the space up for dialogue and yeah, basically, let's talk about society, what we want to change, what we want to remain the same. Of course, we can't be doing everything wrong. Like, there's some things that are going on perfectly, and we need them to continue going through the same. So, today is a tricky conversation because you're talking about sexual consent. And what that means is whether I'm allowing someone to have a sexual encounter with me, is it a yes or a no? Voluntarily giving that permission to someone, whether it's a man or a woman, you're saying, listen, I like you, we can proceed, we can proceed with whatever sexual encounter we want to do. So sexual consent means that both parties or three parties both parties are on the same page and have the same mindset of what they want to do as far as sex and sexual encounters is concerned. And the reason why I want to speak about this is because we've had so many incidences of people being killed, people being thrown off balconies, and people just disagreeing, and people saying, oh, it was a date rape, and another person says, no, she wanted it or he wanted it. And why do we have these disagreements about whether who wanted it or who didn't want it, and whether it was forced or not? And of course, when it's forced, it borders on rape, sexual assault, and all those kind of things. So why do we say it? It's because we've not agreed. We've not said, okay, I am consenting to this, I'm not consenting to this. And for me, I feel like as a woman, I have probably gone through it, and my sisters and my siblings and other women will go through it, where you feel misunderstood, where your no was taken to be a yes. And also, I am raising a son, and I'm raising my sister's sons, and my all my relatives have male children, and I want them to understand what sexual consent means. And so it affects everyone. So whether you're raising a daughter or a son, they need to understand what sexual consent means. And for me, it can be broken down into 5 words. I use the terminology of fries. The fries we eat at KFC and Chicken Inn, those kind of fries. So number 1, the letter F, implies that sexual consent, oh my god, I don't know what has gotten into my eye. Okay. Sexual consent is freely given, which means that I am voluntarily giving you consent. I'm telling you, yes, I want it, to a direct question. Do you want to engage in this and this activity? I am telling you, yes, I want it. And yeah, so it's freely given, no coercion, no blackmail, no threats. Like, if you don't do it, I'm gonna do this, or you don't feel like your security is threatened. When you feel like you don't have any other option than to have sexual encounters or sexual activities with this person, that it means it's not freely given. You're being forced and you're being coerced, and it's no longer like voluntary. It's assault, where someone uses force or blackmail or threats. That is not freely given. That is assault. So sexual consent has to be freely given. That's number one. Number two are, it can be reversed, which means, yes, I have said yes, but at any particular point I can say no, and you have to be willing to accept my no. So whether it's a man or a woman saying, no, I'm not ready, I won't do this, the other party needs to accept that the sexual consent that was freely given is now being reversed, and it's a no, and the party is over. You close your curtains, like everything, the business is over. We both retreat to wherever we came from. And if you understand that it can be reversed, then you will be in a position to appreciate this person and give them space. So I'm not saying it's a woman who has to say no, and I'm not saying it's a man who has to say no. Anyone taking part in this sexual encounter can say no. So what is freely given can be reversed, and it happens. Number three is that it needs to be informed. So you're informing me, to what extent are we doing this? We are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So you inform me that if you have me over for lunch, it's not a lunch only, it is food, then we do other things. So if I come to your house for lunch, or we meet somewhere for lunch, or you come to my house for lunch, it is not a direct invitation to have sex. Even if you flirt with someone and you exchange naughty text here and there, that does not give you permission to directly assume that this person wants you. People can be friendly. Most people are actually friendly. They will smile with you. They'll be, unless they're having a bad day or you've done something really nasty. Most people are actually friendly. So do not confuse the friendliness for it's a yes to whatever you want to do. So we've said it's freely given. It can be reversed. It is informed. Number 4 is that it needs to be enthusiastic. Like it needs to be a yes. Like, I want to, I'm ready. Like, you can't be, and when it's not enthusiastic, it means like it's either forced, it's coerced, or someone doesn't want it, or they're feeling guilty about it or something. So you don't want to be engaged in an activity that is supposed to be fun for two people, where the other person feels like it was not enthusiastic. It was like, okay, if you insist. If you insist, like, that's not something for insisting. Like, it's pleasurable when you're both enthusiastic and you both want to do it. Like, you can't force some things. And the last thing on the fries is that it's specific. It is very specific. So if you want to make out, we are making out. If someone says yes to making out, it does not mean they've said yes to other things. If they say yes to one thing, they might not say yes to another thing, because you don't know how they feel about it. So it's very specific. This goes back to the point where it can be reversed. So if you didn't ask for that which you want to do now, then the person can say no. Because you are not specific, the freely given consent can be reversed. And there's nothing you can do about it, because this is an individual who has control of their emotions and their feelings and what they want. So when now you don't accept the no, and you say, oh, I was already, sijui what, I was there, like you had already said yes, you've done it so many times. No, a no is a no. It doesn't matter whether you've done it 1,000 times. And that is why it's not strange to hear someone has been raped within a marriage or a relationship. Because like you have to consent to it, like you shouldn't be forced. And it's something that is pleasurable when the both of you understand what you're getting into. So remember, when we talk about sexual consent, 5 things: it's freely given, it can be reversed, it's informed, it has to be enthusiastic, and it has to be specific. And the last thing that I need to say, which is very important, is that sexual consent is not implied or assumed. Just because I say I like you does not mean I want to be in bed with you. Just because I laugh at your jokes and do all these other things does not mean I want to. And it goes both ways, whether it's for a man or for a woman. Like, if it's a no, it's a no. You can't be like, oh, she was saying no, but she was shying, like she was drawing the map. You remember, like, that thing we used to draw map, yeah, in the world, when you're looking down and you're drawing with your, like, no, like, no, like, it's a no. So it goes back. Was it an enthusiastic no, or was it a way no? Because you also don't want to be enjoying something that someone else is not comfortable with. So it's important, like, to just understand what consent means and be very clear about what a yes means and what a no means. Because at the end of the day, everyone who has an unpleasant sexual encounter could be our sister, our brother, our daughter, or our son. And like, it's not fair. So it's up to us to talk about it and be like, okay, now let's forget about the things that we knew, our old ways. Let's embrace the new and let's understand this thing. It's fine. We won't go back and say, oh, me, I thought. It's fine. Now let's look at it this way. Sexual consent means that both of you are on the same page, you're of the same mindset, and you're going to do this thing together, and you're going to enjoy it because you both want it. Not because one person has blackmailed the other person or has made the other person feel a certain way. And of course, we have a lot of debates around it. Why did you come to Naivasha if you knew what? Like, just ask, what are you going to lose? You're just going to just not waste your time and not waste your anger. Just ask, we are going to Naivasha and this is my plan. This is what is going to happen. So if you're coming to Naivasha, just know. And the other person will be like, me, that's not what I thought. Like, I probably just wanted to eat, nyama kikope, is it? Yeah, Delaware, and come back. So, like, let's be honest, let's have honest conversations. And as uncomfortable as they might get, it's fine. Like, it's okay. And it's okay to also teach ourselves to deal with rejection, because when someone tells you no, that's a rejection. But how do we deal with it? It's not always about us, or it's not something that we did. Sexual repression is real, which is a topic for another day. But it shouldn't be like they've rejected my advances, so they've rejected me and I'm a bad person. No, like, they're uncomfortable with the situation, and it's okay. And if you're a respectable human being, you'll also understand that when you respect other people's rights, your rights are also respected. And one of these days, we're going to talk about the personal bill of rights, where a no means no, and I don't have to have a reason behind the no. No is a complete sentence. So whether it's a yes or a no, just understand what it means. It's not taking the other for the other, like, it's a yes, so it's a no, or it's a no, so it's a yes. Like, let's be fair to each other. So let's understand sexual consent. Let it be freely given. It can be reversed. It should be informed. What are we going to do? What are all these activities that we're going to do? It should be enthusiastic, and it should be very specific to what activities. And I think the most important thing, it can be reversed. you can reverse it. If you feel uncomfortable, you can reverse it. And if something unfortunately happens to you during such an encounter, please, like assault or rape, or you feel that someone violated your space, please reach out. There are so many avenues to do so. The police also have like hotlines for this. We have organizations that have hotlines for this. So just reach out to a friend, a sister, a brother, and let's talk about it, because the more we don't talk about it, the more it happens, and we can't control what we're not talking about. So if we want to stop things from happening, it starts by having conversations around it. And please do not shy away. Please leave your comments on, leave your views on the comment section. Let's just have a dialogue around it. What do you feel about sexual consent? Do you feel like it's justified to have to ask, even for your long-term partner, sexual consent all the time before you engage? And what basically do you think are the misconceptions about sexual consent? And yeah, let's keep talking. This is Uncomfortable Conversations with Mukami. I am Mukami. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. Thank you so much.